Matt Dillon didn't just keep the peace in Dodge City, he helped redefine television. When Gunsmoke premiered on CBS, few expected it to become the longest-running primetime drama of its era. Behind the dusty streets and swinging saloon doors, though, the real story was just as dramatic as anything on screen. CBS originally wanted John Wayne to play Marshal Matt Dillon. At the time, Wayne was the biggest name in Westerns. The network offered money, influence, even flexibility. But Wayne turned it down. He didn't believe television carried the prestige of film. Instead, he recommended a friend, James Arness. Arness was hesitant. A weekly series meant long hours and steady pressure. But Wayne personally introduced him in a filmed prologue for the pilot, lending the project credibility. Arness accepted and would wear the badge for 20 years. Before television, Gunsmoke was already a hit on radio. William Conrad voiced Matt Dillon with grit and authority. Many assumed he'd transition to TV. But CBS executives felt he didn't match their visual idea of a Western hero. The rejection stung. The character he helped build would become someone else's legacy. One of the show's most recognizable traits, Chester's limp, wasn't written in the script. Dennis Weaver created it during his audition to stand out. Inspired partly by lingering discomfort from his World War II service, the limp made Chester vulnerable and unforgettable. Weaver kept it consistent for 9 seasons, until it became inseparable from the character. Midway through the series, tragedy struck. Milburn Stone, who played Doc Adams, suffered a major heart attack in 1971. Doctors warned him not to return to the demanding schedule. Stone disagreed. After recovery, he negotiated lighter workloads and finished the series, later saying the show gave him purpose during healing. On screen, the slow-burning tension between Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty became legendary. Off-screen, Amanda Blake and Arness maintained a strictly professional relationship. They weren't close, yet their distance translated into a subtle, restrained chemistry audiences found compelling. The show also took risks. In 1973, an episode tackled violent racism and frontier injustice with unsettling realism. Complaints flooded CBS. Sponsors hesitated. For a time, the network considered pulling it from rotation. Instead, it aired with warnings. One of the early examples of content advisories on network television. Arness himself carried a quiet burden. Standing 6 feet 7 inches, he dominated every scene physically. But a World War II injury at Anzio left him with lasting leg pain. Long days on horseback and under hot lights weren't easy. He rarely complained. Crew members later described his endurance as steady and unspoken. Despite strong ratings in its later years, Gunsmoke ended in 1975 during what became known as the Rural Purge, when networks shifted focus toward younger demographics. There was no grand farewell, just another episode, and then silence. Yet the legacy endured. Over 20 seasons and 635 episodes, Gunsmoke proved a Western could be thoughtful, morally complex, and unafraid of difficult truths. Matt Dillon upheld the law in Dodge City, but the men and women behind the scenes built something even tougher, a television landmark that still stands tall in American history. Subscribe 90s Playback for daily new videos and press the bell icon so you don't miss any update.